It's all about the AD carries also in the Fantasy LCS, because you really wish you had Steel back in your lineup this week, going huge in-game also for Fantasy. 11 kills, 4 assists, 2 triple kills, 0 deaths. He is today's Fantasy leader with 39 points. This is one of the best days in Steelback's young career, I would say. I mean, I can't speak for him, but I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, from what we have seen,
yeah.
This is one of his best games for sure. I mean, he's doing more than just being like the cleanup AD carry. He was kind of branded as back on Fnatic because he was honestly super aggressive in fights. Like, he was the guy jumping forward as well, slowing down people and killing them.
Yeah, let's take a look if he also made it into our list of OP players. Let's take a look at 5 players that really brought their A game to the stage this week. And the first player is EpicSkillshot from Vitality.
The man bringing Graves to the top lane in Europe. Honestly, almost had a bit of an easy day on Graves. He wasn't really pressured too much. He got to just push his lanes. But in team fights, he had massive impact, especially in that last game we saw today. Getting back against Origin, and that's a lot about EpicSkillshot in fights.
So deceptively tanky, you know. Do his stuff.
Secondly, OP player, it is Steelback.
Whoa!
Great job, yeah. Say something.
Yeah, we've said actually pretty much everything we've had to say about Steelback,
Yeah,
so I'll just end up repeating it. He played very well, got unlucked together with Hylissang. Got a little lucky on this exact fight because he should have actually died there, but that's aside.
Finding the negative.
Actually, yeah, that's actually sad that I find the negative there. Good flash here from Fox though. I know we're talking about Steelback, but we talked about it. I talked to Fox, like, that was a nice W flash. He's like, yeah, that's the only thing I did this game. The rest of my team carried. So Steelback carried Fox.
Well, talking about other players that maybe unexpectedly find themselves on the OP list if we look at last year. Spratel, ex-Promiscu, Elements going 2-0 in this week, and maybe a lot of being thrown in and having to engage, but very good performance on Alistar.
You played against him, Reckless. What do you think?
No, we didn't play against him yet.
Well,
Good job, Fisher.
So curious.
You know who he is.
I didn't mean now. I mean, like, overall, I assume you played against him.
I mean, as I said before, I think last year perhaps he had issues together with tabs. You know, sometimes you're not just on the same page and then it's very hard to execute. But I feel like perhaps now with Mr. Alice, they're complementing one another much better and he's having an easier time.
Yep. Next OP is another person from the bottom lane, Sven. I mean,
that guy.
He did his damnedest to win that game today, but yeah, in the end the rest wasn't there. But I mean, I can't imagine him not being an OP every week. It's just a fantastic player.
I just hope we get to see the sidestep.
Yeah, the sidestep is like, that's instant OP5.
Yeah.
Just like, you know.
I asked him about that sidestep, if it was luck or it was pure prediction, and he did say that he did like to normally just juke back and forth, and it wasn't 100% planned. But then he kind of changed and said, no, it was of course planned, and it's because he could predict what was going on. The rest of his team said it was luck.
Yeah, I asked him, and he said, actually, yeah, you know he's going to town, so he juked upwards. But in the end, G2 had nothing to say. Everybody forgot about Gray. Forgiven Gray, made it here in the OP5. Definitely played super well, AD carry. He's back, barely dies. And Diffisho, comment on this guy.
I like Forgiven.
Me too.
You asked the Fisho and we have Reckless?
Yeah, I was about to say, Reckless, talk about this AD carry.
No, I think in general there's a lot of good AD carries right now. And not just Forgiven, even though Forgiven is one of a kind, I would definitely say that
you're gonna add in your own name here, and this Reckless guy is like,
no, that'll come later.
Okay.
I think it's really interesting to see so many AD carries stepping up, because maybe that's just the name of the game right now, that with the patches coming in, the AD carries have more of an impact and the players are stepping up.
Maybe, I would say definitely so. Because also for our choice for MVP, we had to go to an AD carry, and for us it was Elements, as Mr. Rawls racking up 15 kills, 48% kill share, and the most fantasy points in the league to cement himself as our Week 2 MVP. And I especially think this is important because this is someone we highlighted at the beginning of the season as someone who never steps up and carries completely alone, but it's working within the framework of the Elements team right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time Rallis had to be the main carry over multiple games. And he's been doing well, I think, especially him and Spratel. Those two guys, we see it also in this replay here, like, that's great synergy, knocking him into Sapphire, get another kill, and Rallis just been playing super, super well.
Also, there's no ego in that Elements roster whatsoever. Like, they all seem like very calm players, you know, that have been branded as, you know, maybe not so great, so they're all just hungry to prove themselves. And I think that works, and I think Rawls is just a super calm player that fits in that environment pretty well.
Yeah. If Elements wins the split, are you going back?
No.
No, that was...
okay. Are we going back?
Are we going... No, we tried it once. Okay. I would, though.
Yeah, same.
Let's see, there we go.
Well, look at
okay.
Time for some discussion behind the scenes. Well, anyway, we will be back next week, of course, next Thursday at 6 p.m. Central European Time. That is 9 a.m. Pacific. Giants versus Splice, G2 versus Fnatic, H2K versus Vitality. After G2's draft today, I mean, I don't think your guys are going to take too much conclusions from that because you said that they are still a pretty strong team.
Yeah, I would say definitely the other 3 games are the ones to look at. I think they had a pretty decisive style going into every game. So it's definitely something we're going to have to look at because I don't think they'll be an easy team to beat whatsoever.
No team in Europe is perfect. G2 is very, very good among some of the other teams we have up in the top now. Elements and Unicorns are taking on each other, and it's both 3-1. I mean, I want to say Unicorns are going to be favorites, but then again, Elements have just been doing really well, so we're going to have to see.
Something else that isn't perfect is NA. They also have a lot of action. The North American LCS returns tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European Time, noon Pacific, with Team Impulse versus Cloud9 and a star-studded matchup between TSM and Immortals. Oh, color me excited. Then on Sunday, it's going to be the North American Game of the Week between Immortals and Energy as well. Ooh, TSM Immortals.
It's a problem because in Fantasy, you kind of want to start TSM and Immortal players, but when they play each other, you don't really know what's going to happen. You know, Doublelift didn't give me... Okay, actually, he gave me quite a lot of points in the end. But anyway.
Anyway, I think that's it. Well, thank you guys so much for the banter. Thank you so much for joining us, Reckless.
Thank you,
That's fun. There go the fans. Time to wrap things up here in Europe. It's time to call a night. From everyone here covering the European LCS, thank you so much for being a part of Week 2, and we'll see you right back here next Thursday.
Noise.
Noise.
All right.